Hey guys, welcome to Country Consequence. My name is Nelson, and today we're going to be doing a manga haul. And we're just gonna get right into it. Yeah. So, first things first, I got, and a lot of this stuff is going to be from the Right Stuff birthday sale because they've been having some banging sales lately. And when this video goes up, the sales will probably still be up, and actually it will be the last few days of sales, which is usually when they do an encore of most of the sales that have happened over the course of the month. So generally at the end of the month they bring them back, if they have enough stock to bring those deals back. So if you see any deals here from the ones I mentioned that you like, if you keep your eyes open, maybe they will be up there at the end of the month. At least I think it's at the end of the month. But yeah, one of the bundles they had was for 20th Century Boys. I already had the first three, which you can kind of see right there. Also, by the way, I got a new shelf thing. It's not really a shelf, but I'm using it as a shelf right now. So I might do a collection video soon, even though this is not really the final setup that I want. I said I was gonna get right into it, but I'm talking a lot. I don't know. I'm bad. But yeah, 20th Century Boys. I got volume 4. And I just love these releases. They feel so good. We got volume 5. And in case you don't know, and that's important to you, because I like to mention the quality and build of the book, these have glossed, embossed, letters in the front. So all this is embossed. There's the stuff over here. And even this is all embossed. So it's just a really nice build of books. And they also have French flaps, which, generally all SIGs have French flaps. Well, not all of them, but generally most of them. Then we got volume 6. We got volume 7. And we got volume 8, which actually has some different... It actually says something different. It doesn't say the title. It says something that I'm assuming relates to the story that I don't know what it means. I have no idea. It might be a spoiler. I don't know. But I have no idea what it means, so it's fine for now. But I like that they went with something different for this one. It says, Yoo-hoo, Kenji-kun, come on, let's play. Yeah, it just looks really cool. And there will be, I think, 11 of these. I could be wrong, because I'm pretty sure 20th Century Boys is 10 volumes, and then there are 2 volumes of 21st Century Boys. But I could be wrong about that, and don't quote me on that. I'm not that familiar with the series. I haven't started yet. Let me move these up a little bit, and now let's get into some bigger books. This one was not part of the birthday sale, but I've been wanting this for a while, and it just came to my attention that there's an omnibus version of this, which is what I got right here, which is My Brother's Husband by Niguro Tegame. Yeah, apparently this guy does a lot of just a lot of super graphic stuff. So I'm pretty sure this is like an outlier where he did something that's wholesome, I guess. But yeah, it's a big book. This is a really big book. If you need some comparison, here's a trade paperback. It's actually the size of a trade paperback. Kind of appropriate I should pair these together, I guess. I didn't really intend to, but yeah, it's a cool series. It seems like it looks cool. And let me show you some art. Kind of simple. The pages are a little see-through because that's usually the case for these. And yeah, I mean, I should have shown you art from 20th Century Boys too, right? I always try to make it a point to show art from the books that I'm talking about. But sometimes I forget. But I don't know. I kind of figured that most of you are familiar with what Urasawa's art looks like. And also some of these volumes are a little bit later on, so I don't really want to spoil too much. But I do want to kind of give a fair representation of what the books look like. But yeah, for My Brother's Husband, there's actually 2 hardcovers that collect this, but they're kind of small and they're super expensive. And this is not expensive. It's like $20, I think, for this big book. And then of course we have Berserk, the deluxe edition, volume 5, and this collects up to, what is it? They collect 3 each, so this collects up to volume 15. which is the end of the Golden Age arc. So I had been waiting for this to be out before I started rereading Berserk, because I started reading Berserk when these got announced. So then I stopped reading it and waited for these to come out and get to a good stopping point, and I just started reading it, and this is amazing. Like this is, I know that a lot of people consider it the best manga ever, but it's, even with that pedigree and even with high expectations, this is blowing me out of the water. Like this is amazing. Like I'm not this far yet. I'm about to start 4, so yeah. But yeah, it's just been getting better and better. Berserk is amazing. I am not going to show you any art from this. I don't want to spoil myself for this one. But it's incredible. Like I highly recommend it. Now we've got some cool stuff here. Oh, whoop. All right, this is some stuff that should have been in my last haul, but since everything is kind of delayed, it wasn't. So this stuff is, let's see, we got Sunny by Taiyo Matsumoto. This is book 1. And we've got book 6 of Sunny, which is the first and last volume, which is volume 6 is actually pretty thick, which is usually a good sign when the last few volumes are thicker. But the series looks great, and these books are some of the highest quality, like just regular manga tankobons that I've ever held. They just feel really good. I know I commented on my last video, but they have this kind of like texture, like it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a fabric. But yeah, looks amazing, and the art, as always, I mean, it's Matsumoto, so of course it's gonna look amazing. But like I just love Matsumoto's art, and I think like especially his more recent art, like that, like in Sunny, because Sunny is one of his most recent series. I think it just looks incredible. And as far as I know, this is a story about I think kids in an orphanage. That's all I know about it. And I know Matsumoto was an orphan, so he often writes about orphans, and it's honestly welcome. It's a welcome topic, I guess. But now we've got a Ping Pong, also by Taiyo Matsumoto. I know there's a lot of people have been waiting for this, and the second one should be out in a couple of months. This is an interesting release because it's flexi-bound, which I think is what it's called, which is this material that is not a hardcover, but it's also not soft cover. So it's actually, I really like this material. It's the same material as Dementia 21, if you've ever held that. But this one's a little bit even weirder because it has this kind of thing that looks like a sticker and kind of feels like a sticker, because it is kind of a little bit off the book. And I just think it looks great. The book design in general, I love when they put images from the manga on the cover, and it's just awesome. And here's some of the art. And notice how different it looks from what I just showed you in Sunny, because this is earlier. So yeah, but it still looks incredible. Like I love his use of negative space, and he's just an incredible writer. Next up, we've got Beastars Volume 6. This is the last volume that covers where the anime leaves off. About half of this is covered by the anime, and the other half is not. So this is the first volume where we have all new material, pretty much. And some of the art, but not going to show you too much because this is kind of spoilers for the ending of the anime. But yeah, amazing series. This is probably one of my favorites. I think I need to give it like some more volumes, but this is incredible. I really want Viz to just speed up the releases because I need more. Now we've got let's see. Let me actually try to keep this in order. Let's see. Now we've got Dead Demons Destruction. And no, I did not stutter. That is the title, in case you're not familiar with this series. This is by the one and only Inyo Asano, my absolute favorite. And this is actually the last series I have to read by him. I've read everything else, and I have been putting this off for very long because I don't want to run out of stuff of his to read. And but I actually just started it a couple days ago, so I've read volume 1, and I'm gonna slowly make my way through the series because I don't really want to run out of stuff to read. Interestingly enough, I was gonna say all these is this whole manga a flashback because the pages are all black, but I think it's just the edge of the pages. But actually, it might be a flashback. I don't know. It looks like a flashback, but I don't know. I don't want to spoil myself too much. I think I already saw something that I shouldn't have seen. But the art looks amazing. That's all you need to know. And it's a story about it's kind of a slice of life story with a backdrop of an alien invasion, and people trying to keep on living their lives even though there's an alien invasion. It's awesome. Honestly, it's probably gonna be one of Osamu's best works ever. Like, it's definitely gonna be up there with Pun Pun, and I can say that with certainty after reading only one volume. And here's another one of my favorite series. This is Grand Blue Dreaming. This is volume 10. This is my comfort food right here. When I'm feeling shitty, I try to keep a volume or two of these unread so that I can just read it and laugh. It's pretty much episodic, but there are through lines. There are things that carry over though, so it's not completely episodic. But it's something that you can easily pick up and put down. You know, read a chapter and you're just good for the day. The chapters are pretty chunky too. Each one of these comes with like 4 or 5 chapters, so they're not like the regular 20 page chapters, which sometimes I don't like, sometimes I like, but for this case I like, because each chapter tells like a complete, not a complete story because it's not that story based, but usually they have a complete like little gimmick or something. Just amazing. I thought the series was going to get old. I'm on volume 8 right now. It's still not getting old. It's still just as good as it was when it started. But yeah, Grand Blue Dreaming, just incredible. I will show you some art because, I mean, there could be spoilers in this, but it's a comedy series, so just the facial expressions in those are incredible. And I kind of want to show you some of the, yep, here we go. Some of the facial expressions, the infamous facial expressions. Just an amazing series. If you're into comedy, even if you're not into comedy, check this out. Like, I'm not into a comedy series that much, but the comedic timing in this is incredible. Okay, and now we've got some stuff from Denpa. We've got Inside Mary. This is volume 6. Yeah, volume 6. I'm pretty sure volume 7 just came out. It's probably on its way to me because I think I have a pre-order. Yeah, this is an interesting, I mean, I'm saying interesting, but it's like I haven't started reading this yet. I have read pretty much everything else by Oshimi, but I'm waiting on this to get a little bit further along so I can start reading it just as it's about to finish publishing. This series has finished publishing in Japan a while ago, but it's only now being localized in the US. And as always, Denpa is doing a great job with the build of the books because these are some thick covers. They have French flaps, and they have colored pages, usually. I actually don't know if this one has colored pages. And I don't want to spoil too much or anything at all, really. The art doesn't look as good as Oshimi's art looks in other things. But Oshimi has the tendency to kind of grow as he throughout a single manga. Like I feel like that's kind of been the pattern so far. I feel like over Flowers of Evil he kind of improved his art a lot, and over Happiness he also improved his art a lot. But in Happiness it's just out of this world. It's just on a different level from this. But regardless, Oshimi is really good, and this is a body swap story. Kind of like Freaky Friday, but a guy gets put into his crush's body, and I don't know what happens, but that's the gist of it. And this is a new release. This is actually a newly licensed series. This is Heavenly Delusion by, I always have a hard time pronouncing this name, Masakazu Ishiguro. And I read this like last week, I think, when it came in. And the reason I got this was because it was recommended by Yukimura Sensei, who is the mangaka for Vinland Saga and Planetes. And he recommended this on Twitter, saying that it was one of his favorites, one of his favorite ongoings. And so I saw that Denpa is publishing it, which I've been loving everything Denpa so far. I have most of their books, not all of them. I'm not interested in getting all of them, but they've been putting out some really good stuff. And there are up to 3 or 4 volumes of this solicited already. And they should be out in the coming months. Hopefully, Denpa releases these pretty quickly. This is a post-apocalyptic story. It follows 2 different storylines. One is this little orphanage, and the other is it follows these two characters as they travel in the post-apocalyptic overworld, looking for something called heaven. Not literally heaven, but something. All they know is that it's something with the word heaven in it. They don't really. It's kind of vague what they're looking for, but the world building in this is incredible. The characters are really good, really interesting. Surprisingly, some really good non-binary representation. I'm not gonna mention what it is because it's kind of a spoiler, but just really, really good. The art looks amazing, by the way, and all the release also amazing. French flaps, yeah, awesome. Always love French flaps. Let me see if I can find some decent pages to show you. Like, the art is nothing crazy, but I assure you that is, whoops, that's a little bit inappropriate. But yeah, I assure you that like sequentially, it's very strong, and I just really like these characters. I like their relationship a lot. It is not a romantic relationship, which like it just played out really well. Like, it's very rare for manga to play male-female relationships in a platonic way, and this manga it kind of teeters a little bit to one side, but then it just completely goes the other way. And I just thought that was refreshing, to not have to have like this kind of forced romance or this kind of like annoying kind of teenage flirting. I don't know. Like, I don't really like when they do that, like in that kind of like, what's the word? Vapid way, I guess. I don't know. That sounds a little bit maybe insulting, but now the last, not the last bit, but there is some stuff here. Let me, before I go into all those books, let me show you an art book that I got. And this is Suka Demisa's art book, and it looks incredible. Like, just that image right here. I'm sorry, it's super reflective because the paper is actually super high quality, and not just outside, but even on the inside, it's super high quality. It's super thick, and the colors just pop in it. And I'm trying to show you some other good images to show you. I will do an overview of this book. I will be doing a page by page on this. I was actually going to film it just now, but as I was trying to film it, this is a hard book to keep open with one hand. It's like a little, it's a little tight. So I think I'll need to figure something else out. I might actually just order a tripod if they're not too expensive. But yeah. Just really good. Posuke Demisa, if you don't know, he or she, I'm not sure on their gender. I actually have no idea. Not that it matters very much, but I've just never heard this name before. But you might know them from Promised Neverland. They're the artist on that, and that's an absolutely amazing series. One of my favorite shonens. But yeah, now let's get into the last bit because this video is getting a little long. But this is the last series that I'm going to be showing, and that is Delicious in Dungeon. I've been meaning to get this for a while. I was a little bit unsure at first because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. Like I said when I was talking about Grand Blue Dreaming, I'm a little bit picky when it comes to comedy. It just strikes the perfect balance of comedy and just kind of scratching those kind of like RPG tropes, and it just creates this really cozy feeling. And I've only read the first volume so far, but I just ate it up. No pun intended. Yeah, but there is a lot of cooking here. Pretty much every single chapter they cook something. And I also really like, oh my god, these covers are amazing. But I also really like the back of the books because it shows a lot of the things that they will encounter and cook in one way or another in the back of the book. And these characters are incredible. I actually was not expecting the characters to grow on me the way that they did. But every single one of these characters is actually super endearing and well developed. And that is just in one volume, honestly. I was impressed with the amount of development that those characters got. But the series, so far, it has been just completely amazing. It's scratching my Konosuba-sized itch, I'm trying two different analogies. Yeah, don't worry about it. But yeah, it's scratching that itch because Konosuba kind of left this hole in my heart where I couldn't really find a similar kind of like wholesome humor with endearing, but like kind of shitbag characters, and this is it. This is scratching that itch, and this is the last volume out. 8. There are no more volumes after this. There are volumes coming out, but there's nothing out right now after this. So yeah, that is my old haul. I got some other stuff, but I'm not gonna show you, just mostly comics and some other stuff. But I will show you one thing, because it is somewhat related to manga, and that is Osamu Dazai is no longer human. This is the novel. I've read the Usamaru Furuya manga adaptation, which is 3 volumes long, but it's like stupidly out of print. It's crazy out of print. It's actually super expensive. Maybe one of the most expensive out of print volumes, in fact. And I also have the release that came out actually I don't even know. It's probably more than a couple months ago. Time is just weird nowadays, but yeah, it does. Junji Ito has his own. My battery's about to die, so good timing. But yeah, Junji Ito has his own adaptation of this novel, and I read Osamu Furuya's, and I liked it a lot. I thought it was kind of overrated because I don't know. I thought it was just like maybe an 8 out of 10. The adaptation wasn't perfect. I'm maybe like halfway or like a third into this, and I mean, the original, not the original, but the Furuya's manga was super depressing and super, but it came across as a little bit edgy. This, when you read it in prose, does not come across as edgy at all. It's, the prose is just, and I'm kind of floored because this is translated, so I'm just kind of floored at the quality of the prose in this. It's just very evocative and just depressing to the point where it almost changes the way that you think about people, and just kind of almost like makes you into a misanthrope. You have to be in the right state of mind to read that. But yeah, I'm super excited to read Junji Ito's take on it because I liked Furuya's a lot, but I figured that I would like to read it before I jump into Ito's, because it's not that long of a book. And I mean, it's even less long than it seems because the pages aren't not even completely full. It's like, I don't know why they do it like this, but it's okay. The book itself feels really nice. So yeah, I guess some other comics, but I'm probably just gonna wait until I get some more and just do a separate comic haul. And so yeah, that's been the haul. If you enjoyed that, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. And I never actually say those things. That's why I kind of hesitated. I never really tell people to like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, do it if you want more videos. I've been doing a little bit more. I've been a little bit more on top of things, putting out more videos and stuff like that. So if you like what you see, and I will generally always make videos on this kind of style, kind of vlog style. I generally don't want to edit, and I feel like this is a little bit more personable, but I know some people don't really like that. But I will edit more videos as I go along. I think like I've been pacing myself fairly well when it comes to YouTube. But look, now I'm just going on a tangent. But yeah, if some of the deals, 20th Century Boys was a deal. Delicious in Dungeon was a deal, and those were the only deals actually that I got from the birthday sale. So if you're interested in any of those, definitely go look them up at the end of the month. And yeah, peace out. And probably see that shelf soon enough.